Hello, I'm Dr. Mandy Britt from Crazy Mountain Vet Service, and I'm here to help you better understand how to provide the best care for your new puppy.
Why is it important to start good puppy care on day one?
Sometimes day one for your puppy is a pretty stressful day. They've just left their mom and their litter mates, and they're going to a new place. And so it's important to assess their health before they're more stressed, and we can kind of see if there's anything we can do to help that transition be more smooth.
How soon should I bring my puppy in to see a veterinarian for their first exam?
In general, we like to see them within the first couple of weeks just to see if there's anything that needs to be addressed. Any congenital issues or any health issues that we need to address right away. Some of that will depend on which vaccines they've gotten from the breeder and what care they've gotten from the breeder or the shelter that you picked them up from. But in general, we kind of like to see them in the first couple of weeks.
What are the most common health problems in puppies?
Most puppies are very healthy, so it's not common to see a whole lot of health problems. Some of the things that we are concerned about are there some viruses that they can pick up that they do not have an immune system really prepared for, like parvo or distemper or certain parasites that they're not really ready to see. So if they're having vomiting or diarrhea, or sometimes they're a little bit underweight, those are things that we're kind of looking out for in that first visit, is to see if everything is functioning correctly. But the most common health problems we probably see is maybe being a little bit thin, maybe having a little bit of diarrhea just from being stressed from getting to a new environment. Occasionally we'll see some skin problems, but most health checkups on puppies are just fun because they're healthy and happy. Those are the things we're looking for.
What are some signs and symptoms of illness in your puppy?
Generally, puppies are going to be bright and alert and inquisitive and eating and playing and napping. So if you're noticing that they're not wanting to eat, that they're having diarrhea or vomiting, if their belly looks swollen, if they have sores on them, if you think they're maybe a little too thin, those would all be things that, if they're coughing, those would all be things that you should call us about so we can get a health check done on them soon.
When should I start training my puppy?
That is pretty breed and dog variable, but you can start the day you bring them home doing little things. I usually tell people it's kind of like potty training a kid or training a toddler. Don't expect too much. And every dog is different with their attention span, but generally a puppy is not going to have an attention span beyond a couple of minutes until they're 3 to 6 months old. So when you first bring them home, try simple things like sit and come and shake maybe, but nothing too advanced until they're a little bit older. As far as potty training, you can start doing that as soon as you get them home, but also just have realistic expectations of how long they can go and how much control they'll have over that until they're a little bit older.
What will my vet be looking for when first examining my puppy?
So generally when a puppy comes in, we're just going to do a full head to toe exam. We're just going to look in their eyes, make sure there's no defects or anything at their eyes, their teeth, their mouth, make sure their gum color is nice and pink and wet. We're going to make sure that their body condition is good, that they're not too thin. Sometimes little puppies will have a worm load, so they'll have a big distended belly, so we're going to look for that. Another thing we'll look for, sometimes they can be born with hernias on their belly, so we'll check that and make sure there's no hernias. Sometimes we'll also just check their hips and knees. Some dogs can be born with hip and knee abnormalities that we can palpate in that first exam, and that way we can kind of decide whether that's something we need to pursue further treatment or if it's something that's just kind of normal for the breed. So generally it's just a well check. I'm going to listen to their heart too and their lungs. Occasionally puppies are born with heart defects that cause murmurs, and most of the time those are mild, but it's something we like to know about in that first checkup. So it's generally just a wellness check, and we just kind of look them over and make sure everything looks and sounds good. If you have any questions regarding your puppy's care, please give us a call. We're here to help.